We are on the air now.
On the air.
On the air.
We're flying.
No. On air.
No.
В эфире.
I was trying to joke.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, very
Oh my.
funny.
Very funny. Good for you.
Thank you. I have a lot of Swedish context in my head today.
Uh-huh.
I realized that I can listen Swedish podcasts and understand most of it, but only those Swedish podcasts that is called easy Swedish.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't listen Swedish podcast and I can't understand what they talking about.
Yeah.
Then you're better
Even
than me.
though you have a job and you have friends,
Yes,
Swedish friends.
I have job and yeah, I've accidentally, I found a Swedish friend, pure
Yeah.
Swedish friend, and
Pure Swedish.
yeah, like Edwin, his name Edwin, and surprisingly for me, we met not so long ago, and you were here too, and we spent, I think, nice time with nice conversation
Yeah.
where we discussed
Mostly
a lot.
about Russian.
Mostly about Russia. That was like an interview, right?
Yeah. Like what's really happening there? We don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are not scared Russian people, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes we're not scared. So, how are you? How was your day?
To be honest, I'm tired. I'm tired of work, of speaking English, of additional activities like buying the toilet paper because I forgot to buy it yesterday. Also, I checked my bicycle today. So the long story short, I got my bicycle to service center, and they promised me to fix it in Monday. I got it in Sunday, but accidentally they will fix it in Thursday. So I'm still waiting because of, I don't know, the technical guy or fixing guy who fix this bicycle is sick right now, and they don't have people to fix it. So this is the
Yeah.
reason why I'm tired. And in 2 hours, I have another meeting with colleagues from USA. So yeah, just
So you
weekdays.
head over the hills in routine. No, you
Yeah,
are juggling too many things.
juggling too many things, and I have a lot of my on my plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know these phrases that you're obsessed on, but not me.
But
I
I don't use them.
Why?
Somehow only with you to show off.
Okay. No, I allow you to show off. Okay, it's okay for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Because like when I'm talking with, for example, English speaking people in my Swedish courses, and they are more native in English than in other languages, I feel stressed. I feel like I am a baby to them,
Mhm.
in terms of my English, and I I lose all my vocabulary. Pronunciation became Russian very much.
Very much strong Russian accent.
Yes, or I'm trying too much to make an American accent, and I um, constantly struggle with this sound.
Er.
That's yeah.
Yeah. That's easy to pronounce er than o.
Why? For
I don't
me,
know.
is easier,
Mm,
easier,
bata,
butter.
bata. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I was trying in British. One time I was trying um,
To buy the
have
sandwich.
to buy coffee or sandwich scone. By the
Yeah.
way, it was this English uh, bun, and I I said I want with cheese and butter, and nobody understood me.
Yeah. And when you said butter, they
Yeah,
understood you.
butter.
Or butter.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be ashamed of your Russian accent because I have a colleague. He's from Slovenia or
Mhm.
Slovakia, uh, and he speak he speaks like truly Russian. So
Mhm.
uh, he pronounce R as R in every word. Like I
Mm.
tried to fix this issue, but I wasn't able to fix it in the right way.
Mhm.
So and he's not struggling of it.
Mhm.
And
Does he have good grammar?
I'm not sure. And for example, yesterday I tried to, and I bought a joystick for you
Mhm.
to play to make your play more convenient.
Mhm.
And the seller uh, tried to find the English word to answer me, and she was Swedish,
Mhm.
and I was surprised. Oh, why are I thought why are you searching the right words? It's too easy to say, yeah, it's available for PC or not. That's it.
Mhm.
But she was trying to find the word, and I helped her. Like
Mhm.
I pronounced word that she searched for.
Mhm.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And uh, saying this, I want to highlight that you don't need to be feel yourself as a baby. Uh, in English way, I mean, and just be yourself because I know your really vocabulary, and I know that my vocabulary to uh, how to say more steps behind of yours.
Mm.
I would say that. So, and I came up with this phrase. Maybe it doesn't exist in English, but I don't care.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you very much for supporting me every time.
Always, I do.
Yeah. So
I'm your
I
greatest
think.
fan,
Mhm.
by the way.
Imposters podcast. So, listeners, hello again and welcome back to Imposters podcast with me, Aliia Sokolova, and with my husband, Alexander Sokolov. Say hi.
Say hi, hello. But my surname the right pronunciation is Sololov.
No,
I'm jo-
no.
I'm joking, but uh, precisely this surname printed out on our door.
Mhm.
Sololov. Okay.
But in Swedish is Sululuf,
Sololov.
so it doesn't matter. I think.
Yeah,
Mm,
absolutely okay. I can live with this.
mhm. Our every episode we with you we start with discussing our English and
Mhm.
how uncertain I feel, and you are supporting me
Again and
every
again.
time, again
Every
and
time.
again. Yeah.
I do. I always do. And I will. I promise. I am your biggest fan.
Thank you. Um,
My
so
pleasure. My pleasure.
I want to discuss today mm, one topic. I don't have a plan,
Mhm.
but I have some um, key phrases, I think, for this. Like, I want to discuss services in Russia,
Mhm.
Yandex as a Russian phenomenon,
Mhm.
Telegram, and banks apps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Let's
also
discuss it.
this topic, I I made I came up with this idea some time ago, and after that, I came up with another idea that links to this idea. Another idea is how mm, did it happen that Russian IT um, area are so good,
Mhm.
is so good. Uh, I think it's about Russia, about India, and some other countries also. Uh, and it's interesting why in Russia it's so good. And hmm, yeah, I want to try to reflect on this topic, mm, maybe in from history perspective, like
Mhm.
how it was with us.
Mhm.
Uh, what do you think about it? I know that you were a computer fan from the very first look at the computer.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a love with first glance. How to,
Yes.
yeah.
Precisely. That was a love from first like eye contact with computer.
Mhm.
uh, it was when I was 11 years old, and since that time, that was my dream to be a software developer. And when I started my educational process, it was when I it started when I was 16, maybe 15. Before that, I just tried to educate by myself. Like a try, crash, repair, and repeat. So after the my after buying my first computer on the third day, I removed some files in Windows operational system, and mm, we had to pay around 500 rubles to install the pirate version of Windows.
Mhm.
And yeah,
So
So
you deleted this my computer, yeah?
I'm no, I
That's
not my computer. It was a Windows folder,
mm-hmm.
and inside this folder, I removed some important files. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what files were, but yeah, it is what it is. Mm, so and since that like since that moment, I s- I still I'm still loving this area and try to improve myself every day. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and
Mm,
you wanted to discuss the why the IT in Russia has IT industry has this huge success, right?
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
quality, because if we try to compare um, local services in Sweden, if you try to compare bank apps or I don't know government sites as a Migrationsverket and or our Gosuslugi,
Mm-hmm.
there is a big difference between these two s- like platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mm, the main reason of this huge success is simple. Mm, Government didn't pay much attention to this area too long,
Mm-hmm.
and we can say that there was a total freedom to uh, yeah, total freedom to build everything, like.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one big reason of this success is, I think, the self improvement way. So um, I mean, we always try to work hard, and we have a kind of difficult work culture, job culture. So it means you work more than 8 hours per day. Like after
Mm-hmm.
work, you can continue work, or I don't know, work on your freelance project, or etc. etc. And you try to earn as much money as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So the mm, total freedom in IT, uh, self improvement, uh, like a fashion, that was a too popular way. Как сказать, течение.
Mm.
So it was a self improvement
It was
is
a thing.
it was a thing. It was a modern way in our millennials thing. And
Mm.
the last one is high paid, high paid, high paid. I don't know, profession, if I can say that.
What? I paid profession?
Hide, uh, high. I mean,
Ah, high
high,
paid.
high
Mm-hmm.
paid. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
высокооплачиваемый.
Mm-hmm. Um, yes, I agree with you in terms of freedom, that it was like, I know this phrase, the government turn a blind eye to IT sector.
Wow.
Mm, yeah, and I think that they uh, even now they are not experts as much as usual people or IT specialists, or frauds. in this uh,
Yeah.
area. Don't expect me to come up with some solid thoughts because I'm just thinking about it and I have just a void of, not void, and just mess
Mess.
of thoughts in my
Mm-hmm.
head. I remember that um, my internet started with VK
VK.
and
Mm-hmm.
with Yandex and with mail.
Mail.ru.
So Mail.ru.
Mm-hmm.
And VK was uh, uh, inspired, as you can uh, say, from Facebook. And lots of people were like, lots of intelligent people were like, oh my God, it's just Facebook.
Yeah, it's a second
That's,
Facebook.
yeah, it's a second Facebook. What new? Mm, there is nothing new here. But people like it. And
Mm-hmm.
until Durov was in charge of this platform, it was a really great platform. Mhm.
It was really good
Yeah.
platform, yeah. And so I'll try. I don't want to blame our intelligence part about declaring that VK is the second was the second Facebook. Um, from this perspective, we can say that Yandex is the second Google.
Yeah, I
Or
wanted to say about this also.
yeah, so the big difference between VK and Facebook on that moment was uh, the VK was more convenient than Facebook. Facebook UX was super complicated. So
Mhm.
this platform was like a mess. You didn't understand uh, what where I don't know. I wrote a post. Okay, what's next? And VK was super obvious and convenient. And I think this is the reason of VK success.
Mhm.
And I know the interesting story about Yandex because I am kind of fan of this company. So I have so I'm first of all I'm a fan of you, and the second I'm a fan of
Mhm.
Yandex. And I know that when Soviet Union crashed, um, American companies like a Sun Microsystem sends uh, computers to our engineers as a gift, you know, because we had a strong uh, IT specialists on that time because of I don't know, because of curiosity or like
Or Cold
some,
War.
yeah, during the, not a cold war. I think um, I think that was a just behavior of to be curious. So
Mm.
and so this company sent some PCs to our developers and suggested the visas to USA, but they declined it. And Sun Micros, so the Sun company uh, didn't want to bring back their gifts, so they said,
Mhm.
"Okay, just use it." So that was interesting, and Yandex was developed by, I think, good good enough specialists.
Mhm.
I think, as I said, I think the main reason of IT success is, you know, avoid like a government didn't pay attention. What do you think? Why there we have a? I mean, in Sweden, we have quite bad bank application,
Mm,
and you know about Revolut, and Revolut was invented by Russians,
mhm,
and I know that there are a lot of Russian software developers working inside Revolut right now. So, and if you try to compare even Revolut with local Swedish bank application, you will see the huge difference in the interface, how it works, and etc. etc. So, if you try to compare Google Maps and Yandex Maps, you will see this how the second one is like a convenient to use than Google Maps. So if you even in color schema, in I don't know, in the data,
mhm.
there are a lot of points. So
Yeah,
what do you think about uh, why the Swedish applications not so good than Russians?
I think it's I don't know their history with IT and the internet, but I see how they uh, don't care about user experience
Hmm.
in most cases. Maybe Nordea cares,
Yeah.
but they have lots of um, foreign customers in their system. Maybe
Hmm.
that's why. And um, I think Russian people and our generation, in particular, we are we have this imposter syndrome again, and
Hmm.
that's why when we steal design from Facebook or from Google or from Maps, whatever, we want to create something that is as good as an original
Hmm.
because we know that we will have lots of attention and mm, nitpicking to our
Hmm.
services because Russian people, okay, my generation, I didn't like Russian product,
Yeah.
and
Agree.
Russian product was equal to something
Low
not cool.
quality. Low
Yeah, low
quality.
quality. And I think that's why our IT mm, area and also beauty area
Hmm.
are very good, especially in Moscow, but in other cities also
Hmm.
good. Uh, I think this imposter syndrome helps us to do better, and
Hmm.
somehow we appeared at the point that our products are better, much better than um,
Foreign
like
one.
American or others.
Hmm.
But actually, I just remembered that Swedish made Spotify, and
Yeah, yeah,
Spotify is.
yeah. I wanted to say that in Sweden, a lot of good products made. Storytel or uh, Spotify. Then yeah, I think there are more than these two.
Mhm.
Uh, but we compared only bank applications.
Mhm.
So to be fair, and
Yeah.
yeah, about imposter syndrome, I totally agree with you because um, since my uh, I don't know, when I was 5 years old or 6 years old, oh, I was grown on the uh, from the West culture, like
Mm-hmm.
a 20th Century Fox, like MTV. I know this Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Everything relates with USA or Europe was on the hype. Like you
Mm-hmm.
know, that was sneakers. I mean the
Bar.
chocolate
Mm-hmm.
bar. That was an amazing to eat it, or
Mm-hmm.
Pringles chips. That was I had a friend, uh, and in his family was a tradition to eat Pringles when his father got salary. So
Mm-hmm.
only once per month eat Pringles. That was super rare. And
Mm-hmm.
I think when we started to build something like services, of course, our model was picked from West, and it there is a interesting mix of taste, imposter syndrome, and you know you try to build I don't know this the same thing that we had already, and uh, you don't you can miss that point when I don't know you started doing great than the original one, uh, but you still try to improve and improve and
Mm-hmm.
improve because of this imposter syndrome. So, and I
Yeah.
think I totally agree with your point that we always uh, try to build a good services, and finally I think we have to understand that services in Russia, not all services, but uh, beauty or IT services, much better, 90% much better than their than originals that
Mm-hmm.
were invented before. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also I want to add that okay, we build a system because of our imposter syndrome, and then um, when people start to get money from it, there is other people that want also to have this money, and there is this how to say конкуренция in
mm,
English? Compet
not competitive atmosphere. I would say that, mm, or
mm,
competition between like a
I will check.
I would say concurrency, but it's a конкуренция.
Competition.
Yeah, competition.
Mm. The dictionary says that it's competition.
Okay.
So we have this competition between
Employees
other companies,
or and companies.
between
Yeah.
companies, and that's why they are improving, and they can't stop
Yes.
because we have a very mm, um, picky customers.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
I think this is there is a special thing with our customers. Uh, I think this is the paradox, but mm, Russians like to criticize more than I know that support. So
yeah.
I used to be a DJ and musician about 10 years, and my music was supported by I know foreign top 100 DJs, and maybe twice I can count by my fingers how how often I got support from my friends or even Russian listeners.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, I had a lot of support from Turkey, from Mexican, from Bulgarian. So support from Europe, and this is an amazing. And I think this um, critical customers, critical customers affects a lot. Like, okay, if I because of concurrency or competition there on the market, um, customer can choose. And if you are not good enough, your service not good enough, customer will will choose another one, and you will lose your money. And
Mm-hmm.
our uh, business likes money, and
Mm-hmm.
business tries to do everything to keep customers in in its own environment or
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
I think Russian companies obsessed with building ecosystems like a
Mm-hmm.
MTS or Yandex or Sber.
Can you give an example? What is ecosystem?
Ecosystem, it's a bunch of products under placed under the one big brand, let's say Yandex, and Yandex has a lot of services under his brand. It's a taxi delivery, search, market, food, etc., etc. And if you if you are a customer of this, if you are a customer of Yandex, so you will have some bonuses from Yandex that you can spend in again in its services again. So it's like a bonus system called Yandex Plus. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
Sberbank makes the same thing. So they have smart speakers. They have I don't know smart home gadgets, scooters, a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's pretty unusual for not Russian, not
Hmm.
Russian people,
But
because well, mm,
sorry to interrupt you. I have a I don't know super important like a addition to my previous speech about role model. So as we said before, um, we try to rely on foreign companies, and this is our role model. And I don't know the greatest one company that we try to overcome their level is Apple.
mhm,
And Apple, um, I think Apple has greatest ecosystem, seamless ecosystem. So you can use I I like Apple, and I use MacBook with AirPod Pods Max, and it works seamlessly. So I like this. And our companies try to build their own ecosystems. So again,
mhm,
it's just a so this this speech was about proof. of our previous dialogue.
Hmm. But why don't we have, um, uh, for example, a phone, our own brand, or a system like Windows or Android or Apple Mac system? Why we have only services, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't have real
Hardware.
product?
Yeah, we don't have good hardware because of, again, because of our special way to earn money. Um, to build our own hardware as a CPUs or phones, etc., you need to have a lot of things, factories, um, schemas, and in right engineers. So you need a in like a industrial power to build it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and as I said, business likes money. Then it's it's difficult to build.
Mm-hmm.
It will pay much. Pay. It will cost much. And why do we need to invent our own phone when on the market we have a lot of Chinese phones, Samsung, Apple. So there is a great um, competition between on the phone market, and
Yeah.
we decide to buy uh, ready to use solutions from China and just change uh, labels to Russians. This is the I think it's ridiculous. It's you, in a short term, yeah, you can earn good amount of money, but in the long term, you become dependent on your foreign partners,
Mm-hmm.
and it is what it is. We have a good services, but we don't have. I would say we don't have hardware industry at all.
Mm-hmm.
Even, but I know that we built we built good uh, rocket engines. That I mean space rocket engines.
Yeah, I think, I want to add here that these services, they like, it was in that time when just then the internet was not a thing. It was just the internet for doing some homework,
Mm-hmm.
for example. And we was looking to, like, some people who were interested in this. They were trying to create something new, and but at the same time, Apple did their first, like, third iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and there were Nokia that was super popular.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Swedish, by the way. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Not Swedish.
No.
Finland.
Okay. Uh, and I think why we didn't have so good, um, why we didn't have our Russian phone. It's because government didn't look at the internet,
Mm-hmm.
at the services, but when you are young and you want to create something that is, you think that it's a future, you don't look to factories, because you know that to go to factories you need a lot of money. You need
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money to pay right people to have
Mm-hmm.
your, like, it's too, there is too big stakes.
Mm-hmm.
um, and when you have just the internet and the freedom of it, and you can create whatever you want for free almost,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I think we don't have our uh, machines, but we have our services.
Yeah, and the beauty of creating a services is you don't need a lot of things. You need to have your laptop or computer, and that's it. And the software for building your own software. So
Mhm.
you don't need to have much.
Mhm.
It's enough to have laptop, text editor, and the internet, of course. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Um,
I'm a bit disappointed that right now we are in 2024, but we still don't have our own, at least phone, or because of circumstances in the world, in the circumstances in our country, yeah, war. Uh, a lot of European brands as BMW or Mercedes or whatever mm, left Russia.
mhm.
Uh, we said, okay, we started to build our own Moskvich. So Moskvich is a like a USSR brand, but
Mhm.
there is a big difference between like a original Moskvich that was invented in USSR and was built from um, USSR's parts.
Mhm.
Now we just buy some Chinese car and then what? We change the label.
Mhm.
I hate this. I don't know. This is the way to nowhere, and mm, I'm disappointed. And yeah,
I think it's politics. That's why it's not working.
it's politics and it's corruption. It's just you know there are a lot of things, and the main thing is I, old blood in the government, I guess.
People always make money from war. It's
Yeah,
just people,
it's
and
just people.
it doesn't mean that only Russian do this thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. I mean that our like a quite old government
Mhm.
don't think too far, like about the future,
Because they are old,
because they are old, and
and
they want.
they will die
Yeah, they
soon.
will die, and we don't have the like a frequent update of I mean young blood to this system. So we always had this people more than 20 years there and more, and yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust them, not him,
Him.
and him too, and him and them. So I don't trust. I used to trust maybe when I was younger,
Mhm.
maybe 12, 20, or yeah, 20, 15. But now, no, I totally don't trust our government. Sorry for
You
sorry
you
to
were
say that.
more you were more trust you had more trust in 2015. I thought you were like very much liberal in that time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I trusted the opposite way or opposition of our current government that time. But right now, I don't trust anyone.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
uh, yeah, I am disappointed of all this political shit
Um,
and
Maybe you have a high expectations in terms of, okay, we have such good services like Yandex, Telegram, Sberbank, like this all bank apps, Tinko, that is Bank now. And
T-Bank.
and now you just, okay, why can't we make an car? One, why can't we make a phone? Because we can't, just
So,
like that, because it's from government. This
yeah,
is going from up,
from top.
from the top, not from the bottom. The
Yes.
services were from the bottom, and
hmm
it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a luck that it's good now.
yeah. I agree, and as I said, I disappointed in our government, in our like heads, and I see this potential in our country. How many talented people they are. Uh, there are, but I see how complicated could be if you build VK, for example. You need to collaborate with government, or government will take your business off.
If you are not loyal, yes, they
Yes,
take
if you're
it.
not, yes, and I think it's how to say, we the start of this podcast, we started from like a bright side of our services and applications and how good they are, but now we are speaking about the behind side of medal, like, or the second
Yeah.
side of medal. And yeah, we need to be fair with our listeners and say about it too. So
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, we are
Mm,
we need to be true, to to
truthful.
fair. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I want to add also um, about our services. I had an idea that it is so good. Um, I was comparing with the Swedish, for example, Swedish services.
Mm-hmm.
Swedish have a population that is less than Moscow population,
Mm-hmm.
and um, Swedish services are expensive. For example, delivery is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You need to pay big salary, like not big, but mm, fair amount of money to delivery guy, to all
Everyone.
people, everyone. Um, and I think they just don't have so much money to spend on user experience, on the
Yeah.
big team of designers that make only one thing,
Mm-hmm.
or they have so much bureaucracy in their banks that
Mm-hmm.
they are asking you, where is this money come from, where,
Mm-hmm.
what you, where do you get this 1,000
Yeah.
crowns?
Yes. Yeah.
And
That's ridiculous.
also they have this work-life balance thing that uh, for example, in Russia, if your staff, you are staff in some beauty or some customer service, you need to be like You need to listen everything from the customer.
Mm-hmm.
You need to work extra hours.
Mm-hmm.
You need to smile at everything. You just need to play a servant to them. Otherwise, you will be fired because, again, there is high competition in the market.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have low salaries. I think we have low salaries to delivery to
Oh yeah.
other stuff, but we have a lot big salaries to software engineers, for
Mm-hmm.
example, for designers, maybe market something.
Everything
Uh,
relates with IT, I guess.
yeah, but uh, our companies have this money because Russia is a big country and we have these wild berries in every town, every small
Mm-hmm.
town. And of course, Wildberries is a huge corporation now because it's very convenient to
To
like
people. Mm-hmm.
to people. Like, for example, you see this very cheap scarf there or bag, and you make you bought it in the application and
Mm-hmm.
you can take it tomorrow
Yeah.
from the pickup point. It's very good for customers. It's not very good for people who are working in pickup
Yeah.
points because they work a lot. Like they don't have proper contract
Mm-hmm.
often. Uh, they don't have like this. Mm, uh, I don't know how to say it, like
Work environment. Oh, insurance.
insurance, work environment. They have very strict rules about
Yeah.
their clothes at work, about how they are talking with customer, and these people have a lot of pressure on them, and I think there is inequality in this,
Mm-hmm.
big inequality, but business earn a lot of money
Yeah.
because we have a very huge country with a lot of people that are going to pay that are ready to pay small amount of money, but because there are lots of people, company has this money at the
Yeah.
end.
Totally agree. And let's shock our listeners and say that in Moscow um, you can order food delivery for 100 rubles. It means more, a bit more than,
10
let's say,
euro.
10 euro. Yeah, 10 euro. And delivery uh, will will deliver your order in 15 minutes in
Hmm.
Moscow. Maybe in my hometown it will take an hour.
Yeah, but I think in our cities it's getting better and better, and now
Hmm.
we just don't know how it is.
Yeah, we
How
just yeah,
yeah.
agree. But mm, if we try to compare it with Sweden, so you will pay at least 20 euro for delivery. And let's say I want to deliver sushi from like from the Emporia. This is the biggest mall in 5 minutes by walk.
Hmm.
And it will take couple of hours to deliver at least.
Mm.
But in Russia, you pay
Yeah,
stop, not 10 euros,
€1.
€1. €1.
No, you pay for delivery like, okay, for example, do you remember our morning in Moscow? How we
Yeah.
uh, at the weekend we get up, we just laying in the bed. We may we made an order, like we
Coffee,
ordered our breakfast
breakfast. Mm-hmm.
and coffee,
Mm-hmm.
hot coffee,
Mm-hmm. Hot coffee.
like
Yeah.
latte and americano.
Mm-hmm.
And while we are mm, do our morning procedure, it's like
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes or 20 minutes, or uh, okay, let it be 30 minutes, but it's maximum, and we are angry when
Mm-hmm.
it's 30
Yes.
minutes. So we didn't pay for the delivery because we had like we paid for our breakfast, and we are getting our order. um, we didn't have a call from delivery guy because
Mm-hmm.
he need to put our order in front of our door and go away, and left us that delivery is completed, you can
Yeah. It's a
take it.
notification. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take it, and if you have, for example, not the whole cup of Americana, but half of it, you can
Mm-hmm.
write to support. They will answer you in 5 minutes maximum, and
Mm-hmm.
they will get you half price or um,
Discount
some discount for
for the next order.
because for the next order. So it's very tempting to stay at home and order and order every meal. We did that on COVID. That's how I gained 10 kilograms.
I don't want to tell how much I gain, but yeah, that was time when you know there is a paradox. You earn quite good amount of money, and you don't want to go to grocery store, and you don't want to cook your meals because why I need to do that? I have money and I
Mhm.
don't want to spend time to cook for cooking.
Mhm.
I I will spend it to myself, but it means you will spend it on work.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
paradox. And since we came to Sweden, and I realized that, mm, you know, I don't need it anymore.
Mhm.
I I understood that. Okay, you have, let's say, we lived in Moscow for 4 years,
Mhm.
and we got used to being in this like environment where with delivery, etc., services, etc., etc., and you need to pay for it. But so this is like a circle, like running in a circle. You're getting money for your job. You spend your money to have more job, and you spend more money to earn the same amount of money and spend it back. So now
Mhm.
I realize that it's okay to go to a grocery store, buy as much food as you want to cook. Yeah, and I don't need it
Mhm.
anymore.
Yeah. And I also want to say a little bit about our banks, that we have this bank that called T Bank now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Ex-Tinkoff.
yeah, it was the first bank without any offices,
Mm-hmm.
and you can um, uh,
You can open the account.
Yeah, you can open the account in the app,
Mm-hmm.
and on the next day or a day later, when it's comfortable for you, um, the guy or what,
Like
like
a
the
courier.
courier
Mm.
delivery person will deliver you a new card, and you don't have anything, any documents. Like you need only your passport, and mm, yeah,
That's
the easiness of it just strike me. Because it was so hard here to have a bank ID.
yeah.
It's a trauma.
How much time we spent to obtain to your bank ID there?
From last try, it was like we visited, I think, 3 or 4 offices of different banks, and we had a success in only one.
Mm-hmm.
The Nordea, that is supposed to be the better, the bank, like digital one,
Mm-hmm.
they put me in the line
Mm-hmm.
in the notebook, like
Yeah.
literally the person with her hand just wrote down my name. I thought, am I in two, like 20, what was this word, 27, like where am I? What year is it? Yeah, and it was a line. mm, I needed to wait a month to
Mm-hmm.
go again, just to open an account or just to give my documents to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is quite
Ap-
disappointing.
yeah, approximately it took around about
2
6 or
months, I
7
think.
months. I mean, in total, like
In total,
since
yes.
since we visited Swedbank there here,
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, okay, we will we would say we would send an SMS to you in next 6 weeks."
Hmm.
And after 6 weeks, we didn't get anything,
Hmm.
and so we were waiting six. Okay, not six, but couple of months. Then we
Hmm.
changed our apartment, and then we decided to try again in the new bank. And so, in a couple of weeks, finally we got the bank ID for you, and it was like
Yeah.
a it was a thing like
Miracle.
it was a
Miracle.
miracle. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because we went to this office, another office from this bank, and they said, "Oh, they could lost your documents,"
Yeah.
and it was like, uh, it's normal.
Yeah.
It's not normal to lose documents. I just I realized that I imagine some, mm, I don't know, rich girl from Moscow that if she gets this answer from them, it will
Oh,
be a disaster for this bank. Like yeah. Um,
I remember how I prepared myself to relocate to Turkey first to wait our work permit. And I remember how I tried to exchange my rubles to USD. And I was sitting next to account manager, and
mhm,
that time young Moscow girl came to the branch and asked, "Can I exchange my USD to rubles?" And the manager said, "Sorry, we don't have this amount of money. You can wait." This guy, and she pointed to me.
Mhm.
And after his transaction, we would have this money, but she started to be angry
Mhm.
and maybe scream. And finally, she went out from branch and decided not to wait.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Bec yeah. So, I think we said enough
Yeah, I
about
think
this
we
topic.
said enough.
So, thank you for listening. Sorry for our I don't know how to say изливание души in
Uh,
English.
we
Um,
sorry about our mm, to being we being like a bit complaining.
yeah, for our
But yeah,
venting. There is this word. Okay, whatever.
okay. But there
So
is Tuesday right
mm,
now, and we are a bit tired
yeah,
because of work, and my
because
wife.
of rest. In my
Not the
case,
rest. No, no, no. Don't lie,
no, no, no,
please.
Mr.
No,
Fish.
no, no, Mr. Fish. You are not going to this bucket. So, I mean, you learned Swedish
Yeah.
this morning, and I think I know that it's complicated thing, and when you have to learn another one language,
Mhm.
and I know you learn like you still learn English and you still practice English, and you have at least twice per week classes on English, and you have 5 times per week Swedish classes, and it sounds a bit overwhelming for me.
Mhm.
And
Okay. I will
no,
take it.
yeah,
You
just
just
take it
work.
and be honest with your listeners, please, with our
Okay.
listeners. We are
I meant
tired.
just this rest like from I was in sauna and I was swimming in the sea
Mhm.
and but I'm tired of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was working, and in 30 minutes I have another one working call with USA colleagues. So
Yeah.
wish me a luck.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck with your meeting. Thank you for listening. Please
Th-
follow, subscribe, and leave
yeah,
comments.
don't be like Russian customers. Please support us, and we we will we will we will happy of your support,
Yeah,
and
but
we
I
will be
think
glad.
we have mostly Russian auditory here.
I think soon you will have not only Russian auditory,
Okay, I hope
and
so.
it
I
will.
hope so.
We need wait. We need to wait a bit until algorithms of platforms will work properly and will
Hmm.
suggest your podcast to right audience.
Yeah, we'll wait. I have my patience.
And one fan, true fan, that will support you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, my
uh,
darling.
ah,
Thank you for being here. It was nice to talk with you again in English, not in
mhm.
Russian sometimes. Yeah,
My pleasure.
yeah. So we
This is
uh this is we harsh. Like we will hear each other again after some time.
mhm. Goodbye.
Goodbye.